You've probably heard of technologies that are changing the world, but today, let's dive into another revolution, the robot revolution. From machines that assist in production to intelligent companions in the home, the future of robots is no longer a distant vision. And what's notable is that it's not just one company or one country racing to develop these technologies, but the whole world is entering the race with groundbreaking innovations. So the question arises, will this be the greatest leap forward in technology history, or will it be the biggest mistake we've ever made? OpenMind and the OM1 operating system. OpenMind, a company founded by seasoned engineers from Google and Tesla, is striving to achieve a grand ambition with the development of the OM1 operating system for robots. Designed to create an open robot ecosystem, OM1 is not just software, but aims to build a community of developers who can create and improve various types of robots, from household assistants to industrial robots. The name OM1 evokes an ambition akin to what Android did for smartphones, to become a universal platform for all devices, regardless of type or purpose. This is a bold, aspirational move, but also incredibly risky. Because when you create an open operating system, the issue isn't just about ease of development and deployment, but also managing and protecting the components within it. This ecosystem will not only stop at providing software for robots, but will expand into applications across different fields, from healthcare to education to industry. OpenMind's vision is clearly aimed at synchronization within the robot world, where different products can communicate and learn from one another without being restricted by closed and proprietary systems. However, when looking at this ambition, I can't help but question the potential risks that an open operating system like OM1 brings. In a world where each robot can connect, share, and learn from others, can we ensure that the information they exchange won't be misused or leaked? An open ecosystem will inevitably face risks related to security and privacy. Data about humans, the environment, and especially personal interactions will be shared through robot networks, creating a link between robots and us, humans. But without proper protective measures, we could face a major security disaster where personal information is not only accessed illegally, but also exploited for unforeseen purposes. Establishing security protocols and ensuring privacy in such an open ecosystem is crucial, and it's not just a feature of the software but a matter of life and death, determining whether OM1 can develop sustainably. My view of OM1 is not only admiration for its creativity, but also caution toward the potential dangers it could bring. Let's not forget that any system set up without close oversight of security and privacy can become a double-edged sword. Sharing skills and learning between robots sounds great in theory, but in practice, without strict controls, it could create a risky environment where everything, from personal data to sensitive information, can be abused without anyone knowing. This is one of the reasons why, before we let these robots integrate into daily life, I believe we need to be cautious and carefully consider the consequences of building an open ecosystem without sufficient protection. So, while I cannot deny the appeal of an open robot operating system like OM1, I remain skeptical about how OpenMind will address these critical issues. Once the development of robots expands beyond industrial applications and into our daily lives, security and privacy will no longer be someone else's problem, but society's problem. And if OpenMind doesn't focus enough on safeguarding these aspects, the OM1 operating system could become a technological disaster rather than a great leap forward. Fabric and the HiveMind ecosystem. The Fabric protocol of OM1 is the key feature that holds the potential to change the way the robot ecosystem operates in the future. Fabric is not just a simple protocol for robot communication, but a powerful bridge that allows them to share skills and knowledge in real time. Designed to connect all robots, Fabric enables them to learn from the experiences and knowledge of other robots. Imagine a simple scenario. A robot in a hospital learns how to deliver goods quickly, and immediately, that skill is transmitted to other robots anywhere in the world. This not only makes robots smarter, but also creates an unlimited knowledge-sharing network. It transforms simple machines into robot communities that can interact and improve performance, creating revolutionary changes across all industries, from healthcare to manufacturing, services, and beyond. However, while this idea is undoubtedly appealing and full of potential, I can't help but be concerned about the practical challenges it will face when implemented on a global scale. One of the first questions I ask myself is, can we control the latency of the system when robots have to process and share information in real time? Remember, not all situations can be predicted, and not every environment is conducive to fast and accurate data transmission. In a hospital setting, transmitting a new delivery skill may be crucial, but if the system is delayed or interrupted in sharing information between robots, it could lead to serious mistakes in emergency situations. Another significant issue is, if Fabric becomes a global network, can we effectively control and monitor its development? These machines are not just robots performing tasks. They have the ability to self-learn, change behavior, and sometimes develop in ways we cannot foresee. This raises a question about the ability to control and manage the behavior of robots when they decide and adapt to situations they encounter. This system could lead to an uncontrollable state, where robots learn and change without human intervention. Can we maintain control in a world where robots automatically update and improve themselves without direct direction from programmers? This opens up a serious issue regarding management, safety, and even power. Not to mention another important factor that I believe needs to be discussed: the security of the system. When robots can share data and skills, this also means they can share sensitive information or data that could be abused. The Fabric system will need to have extremely strong security mechanisms to protect not only personal data but also data about the skills and activities of robots. A system that can be attacked or exploited will be a potential danger, especially as robots are gradually becoming an indispensable part of society, from caring for the elderly to working in healthcare or industrial settings. Although Fabric's ability to create a network connecting robots, allowing them to learn and grow together, is undeniable, it must also be acknowledged that it presents enormous challenges that have yet to be adequately addressed. These include questions about latency, the ability to control the development and self-learning of robots, security, and privacy, all of which are key factors in determining the success or failure of a global robot ecosystem. Can we manage and control such a system when it is no longer in our hands? These are the questions that I believe OpenMind and the tech community at large must answer before it's too late. SAO2 and the robot market competition. With the launch of SAO2, Engine AI is not just entering the robot market, but also opening up a new competition in the home robot sector. SAO2 is a compact humanoid robot designed to be a companion in every household, priced at just $5,300. This price is not too high compared to other products like Unit's R1, but it is enough to place it in the broad consumer segment. What's notable is that SAO2 is not an industrial product for heavy-duty work, but a robot aimed at flexibility and friendliness, designed to be a companion for humans, assist with simple tasks, and create bonding. SAO2 has a remarkable set of features, from the ability to learn and adapt to the family's routines to intelligent interaction in daily communication. Notably, this robot can recognize and remember faces, analyze how its owner communicates, and automatically adjust its approach to be the most suitable. One valuable improvement is SAO2's mobility. With 26+2 degrees of freedom, it can move its fingers naturally, performing human-like actions and gestures, creating the feeling of conversing with a real person. This is SAO2's strength over other products on the market, as it goes beyond basic functions and provides a sense of familiarity, making humans feel comfortable interacting with it. However, despite the advantages SAO2 offers, I can't help but worry about its future in a fiercely competitive world. While SAO2 impresses with its reasonable price and friendly features, we must ask, can we sustain continuous innovation and enhance the capabilities of this robot in a market where major competitors like Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and other companies are pursuing similar goals? These companies not only have strong financial resources but also possess experienced research and development (R&D) teams. Therefore, while SAO2 may win consumer trust in the early stages, can Engine AI continue to develop and maintain its position in this race? This question also raises another concern: the development of the home robot industry. SAO2 may meet current consumer demands, but can it adapt to technological changes and market needs in the future? Features like communication, recognition, and interaction may be strengths now, but they could also become aspects that require continuous upgrades to avoid becoming outdated. Along with the rapid development of AI, robots will increasingly have the ability to learn and adapt better, but without timely upgrades and improvements, this product could quickly become obsolete. Another important aspect to consider is societal acceptance of home robots. While owning a robot like SAO2 may become a trend in the future, will people actually want to share their living space with a machine? Humans are generally hesitant when it comes to technology products that deeply interfere with personal life, and this could become a significant barrier to widespread adoption of home robots. Despite SAO2's appealing features, if society cannot accept its presence in every home, its success will be limited. This is something Engine AI needs to account for when developing future products. While SAO2 may be on its way to advancing in a promising home robot market, I still believe that Engine AI's path ahead will not be easy. Competitors in the industry not only have strong financial backing, but also the ability to develop products at a faster rate and on a larger scale. This raises the question of whether Engine AI has the strength to compete and develop SAO2 into a globally popular product. And I can't help but think about the next steps the company needs to take. Can Engine AI upgrade the product, expand its capabilities, and create breakthrough features to maintain SAO2's appeal as the home robot market becomes increasingly competitive? Once again, while I appreciate Engine AI's efforts in developing home robots, I cannot help but worry about the difficulties the company will face when competing against major players and the challenges of maintaining continuous innovation in this industry. The story of SAO2 is still unfolding, and only time will tell if it can overcome these challenges. GR3 by Fourier, robot with emotional intelligence. We are witnessing the development of robots that not only perform tasks, but are also equipped with emotional intelligence, capable of interacting naturally with humans. GR3 from Fourier is a prime example. A CareBot robot with the ability to recognize emotions and respond in a way that closely mirrors human feelings. It is equipped with a multidimensional interaction system, including voice recognition through 4 microphones, facial recognition, and even the ability to sense touch through 31 pressure sensors. This allows GR3 to create natural reactions, such as blinking, gently moving its head, or displaying other affectionate gestures when touched by the user. Equipped with these features, GR3 is not only a robot that can work in industrial or healthcare settings, but also provides value in healthcare, especially in medical facilities or nursing homes. Its emotional sensing function makes it an extremely useful tool for helping the elderly or patients who require mental care. It can detect differences in a patient's emotions and adjust its behavior accordingly, creating a more friendly and relaxed environment, helping reduce stress and providing comfort to the user. However, when discussing GR3, I can't help but question the feasibility and societal impact of such a robot. While GR3 could be very helpful in caring for the elderly, are people really ready to accept a robot as a mental health caregiver, replacing real human interaction? One of the biggest issues I see is the societal hesitation about the suitability of robots for mental health care. Would patients feel truly comfortable and secure conversing with a machine instead of a real human who has emotions and empathy? Although GR3 can simulate human-like responses, would the absence of genuine human interaction create a sense of emptiness and coldness for the user? Another important point that cannot be overlooked is the sustainability of a robot like GR3 in the long term. While features like emotional sensing, natural communication, and emotional interaction are very advanced, I wonder if these technologies can be maintained and improved over time. The sense of reality and emotional interactions cannot be sustained forever without continuous innovation. The robot's emotional responses could become monotonous if they aren't designed to evolve over time. When users realize that the robot is human-like but not a real person, will the interaction still be engaging? While GR3 may provide us with peace of mind on a mental level, issues of security and safety cannot be ignored. GR3 collects vast amounts of information from users, including data about emotions, conversations, and even personal behaviors. This creates a massive amount of human-related data that not everyone would want to share. The question is, can the companies developing GR3 ensure that all this data is securely protected? Or will we face a future where human emotions and personal data are exploited for unforeseen purposes? I also can't help but think about the scalability and real-world applicability of GR3. While this robot could be a helpful addition to nursing homes and healthcare facilities, can it really be applied on a wider societal scale? This depends on many factors, from production costs, the ability to integrate with existing technologies, to the willingness of users to embrace a caregiving robot. With its high price tag, will GR3 ever become a mainstream consumer product? Or will it remain a luxury item only accessible to a wealthy group with special needs? GR3 may represent a significant advancement in the development of emotionally intelligent robots, but many questions remain unanswered. Will these robots truly replace humans in mental health care, or are they just a temporary solution? And can we manage the societal and security implications of using these machines in everyday life? These are questions that I believe both the robotics industry and developers must carefully consider as they continue to enter the era of emotional robots. China and the embodied intelligence strategy. While major tech companies like OpenMind and Engine AI are pushing the development of robots and artificial intelligence, China is executing a powerful strategy to dominate the global robot and AI market. The Chinese government recently announced a $1 trillion strategy aimed at building an embodied intelligence ecosystem, a system where robots not only perform individual tasks, but can work together in coordinated robot systems across sectors such as manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, and even in households. China's strategy is not only a technological research effort, but also a strategic move to build a complete ecosystem. With the involvement of research organizations, the government, and large companies, China is creating a synchronized robot supply chain, from software to hardware, to drive the deployment of smart robots nationwide. The goal is not just to create individual robots for specific tasks, but to create intelligent robot teams that can connect and collaborate, optimizing performance and minimizing costs in manufacturing and other industries. This is an ambitious goal, but not without challenges, as building a synchronized robot system is not easy, especially in a country with such a massive economy and population as China. China's project is supported by a special council, including government officials, researchers, and industry leaders. This council will work to connect resources, break through technological bottlenecks, and create scalable robot deployment models. Along with focusing on research, China is also prioritizing infrastructure improvements to support this development. This includes developing financial models for robot companies and signing partnerships between companies to create a healthy, competitive environment. One key factor in China's strategy is the development of data and simulation. They are working to create closed-loop systems where robots can learn from simulated environments and then apply these skills to the real world. Such systems will help reduce mistakes during the robot learning process, ensuring that skills learned in virtual environments can be smoothly transferred into real-world situations. This is the core element in building a strong and effective robot ecosystem. But a clear issue arises. When robots learn from simulated environments, will they be able to adapt flexibly to complex and unpredictable real-life situations? With this strategy, China is not simply catching up to developed nations in the application of robots and artificial intelligence. It aims to become the global leader in robot technology. Experts predict that by 2050, the robot market in China could be worth up to 24.7 trillion yuan, about $3.8 trillion. A huge number that demonstrates the scale of the country's ambition. And it doesn't stop there. China is also developing financial systems and supporting loans to boost the growth of the robot industry. This is a strong move to ensure that companies in the sector will have the financial resources to research, develop, and deploy new robot products. However, when looking at this strategy, I can't help but question the social and ethical consequences it could create. China, with its very different political and social system, is carrying out a technological revolution that not every country is ready to follow. Deploying smart robots in manufacturing, healthcare, and even in households could lead to a massive shift in how society operates. Will workers lose jobs as robots replace them in factories? And will people easily accept the presence of robots in daily life when they can replace humans in many important tasks? We also cannot ignore the potential dangers regarding privacy and data control. With such a vast robot ecosystem, can we ensure that personal information, especially in healthcare and home environments, will not be exploited? Questions about control and the protection of citizens' privacy will become more pressing than ever as robots become smarter and more automated. It is certain that this strategy from China will have far-reaching effects not only on the global economy, but also on policies and society. If China succeeds, it will not only change the way production is carried out, but will also alter how people interact with technology, with robots, and even with social infrastructures. But can China manage all of these changes responsibly and ethically? That is the question I think we need to consider as we follow this powerful development. Impact on the labor market and global competition. One of the key and unavoidable issues in this robot and artificial intelligence revolution is its impact on the labor market. As robot and AI technologies become more advanced, they will not only replace simple jobs but also change the structure of work in many industries. Robots like SAO2, GR3, and the smart robot ecosystems in China could be the first signs of a widespread transformation in the global workforce. Looking at this development, a big question arises. Will these robots replace humans in jobs, or will they create entirely new types of jobs? And if they replace jobs, who will be the first to be affected? From my perspective, workers in simple and manual fields such as manufacturing, logistics, and even some service industries will face significant job losses. Artificial intelligence and robots are becoming capable of doing these jobs faster and more efficiently than humans, without needing rest, salary, or social insurance. However, this does not mean that this development is entirely a danger. While labor replacement is a reality we must face, there is also a brighter side to this picture. The development of robots and AI could lead to the creation of new jobs that we never thought of before. Jobs in programming, AI development, robot system management, and even robot supervision and maintenance will become increasingly important. And this is where human adaptation will be tested. We need to take steps to help the workforce transition and adapt to these changes. Education and training systems will play a decisive role in this, helping workers enhance their skills so they won't be left behind in the tech race. However, the question of redistributing resources and benefits from robot development is also a significant issue. If only a few countries and large companies can control and deploy this technology, inequality will only increase. Developing countries, where the labor force makes up a large part of the economy, may face great challenges when confronting the rapid development of this technology. As multinational companies and countries like China dominate the global robot market, will other nations have enough capacity to develop technology and increase productivity to keep up? I believe one of the major issues we will face is the division of power and resources in the global economy. Developed countries may use the development of robots and AI to grow and enhance productivity. But can they share these benefits with poorer countries? As companies like OpenMind, Engine AI, and the tech giants of China dominate the robot market, can we build a global ecosystem where every country can participate in this process and benefit from this development? Another important factor I think we need to discuss is how this technology will impact current economic models. As robots and AI replace labor in many industries, the traditional labor-based economic model will no longer be relevant. We will need to think of new economic models, possibly a global basic income model or models for redistributing wealth and benefits from this technological development. Can such initiatives succeed in a world where the benefits of technology are primarily held by a few people? These questions are not just issues for a few countries. They are global societal issues. Once robots and AI become an integral part of the economy, they will create a wave of change not just in industry, but in society as a whole. Governments, international organizations, and the business community will need to collaborate to create policies and strategies to manage and fairly distribute this change, while ensuring that the negative impacts on the workforce are minimized. The story of the impact of robots and AI on the labor market is still unfolding, and we are only seeing a small part of the bigger picture. However, I believe that despite the major challenges, the opportunities from this development are undeniable. But the key question is, do we have the foresight and wisdom to face and prepare for the future that technology brings, or will we let technology lead us without preparation? This is the big question we must ask ourselves in the coming years. In summary, We are witnessing a period of remarkable development in robots and artificial intelligence. However, before fully embracing this technology, I think we need to address the big questions about security, privacy, and social impact. Can we control the machines we create? And can we use them to serve humanity instead of being controlled by them? I believe the future will be very interesting, but also full of challenges. Let me know your thoughts on these advances. Are you ready to embrace robots in daily life, or do you still have concerns about the ethical and social implications? Don't forget to like and subscribe to avoid missing the next videos.